What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Motivation with the Beard. I am your host, Jay, also known as The Beard. Well, kind of, as you can see if you're watching on YouTube. So before we get started, I'm pretty sure that you've already noticed that the beard is gone. After years of being known as The Beard, I decided about 2 days ago to shave it off. Some people have done double takes. Some have walked right by me. A few have looked at me like I was in a witness protection program. But before anybody gets too concerned, let me reassure you, the beard will be back. It's not a permanent retirement. Think of this as a brief hiatus or a rebuilding phase. The beard is already working on its comeback tour. Don't worry, I'm still the same person, same mindset, same values, same motivation. I just happen to look a little different right now. So if you're wondering whether you've clicked on the wrong podcast, you haven't. It's still me. The beard may be gone for the moment, but the motivation, it still remains. So let's get into today's episode. So recently, a fellow educator gave me this piece of paper, and it was titled Hillbilly Wisdom from an Old Lady on How to Live a Happy Life. So when I first saw this, I laughed. I read it again, and then I read it a third time. The more I read it, the more that I realized that there was more wisdom packed into that little piece of paper than some leadership books I've read, self-help books, and motivational speeches that I've heard over the years. So it was funny, it was simple, but it was also incredibly true. So today, I want to walk through these 7 lessons because I think there are lessons here that every one of us can use. So the very first one says, don't sweat the small stuff. The Lord has got it covered. So let's be honest. How much time do we spend worrying about things that probably won't matter next week? We worry about emails or deadlines, meetings, the comment someone made, the mistake that we made, the thing that we wish that we would have said, the thing that we wish we would not have said. And before we know it, we're carrying around this stress that it doesn't deserve that much space in our lives. I'm not saying to ignore your responsibilities. What I'm saying is this: control what you can control. Do your best, trust God, and stop carrying burdens that were never yours to carry in the first place. Excuse me. The next one says, count your blessings and not your problems. That's easier said than done sometimes, because if we're honest, most of us are really good at identifying what's wrong. We can tell you what's broken, what's frustrating, what's stressful, what's keeping us up at night. But how often do we stop and take inventory of what's going right? The people who love us, the roof over our heads, the opportunities that we've been given, the lessons that we've learned, the victories that we've already achieved. Gratitude, it doesn't eliminate problems, but it changes the lens through which we see them. And sometimes that shift in perspective is exactly what we need. Number 3, this one may be my favorite. Eat good food, love deep, and laugh often. I don't know about you, but I can get behind all 3 of those. Life has a way of convincing us that we need to keep chasing the next thing, that next goal, that next promotion, the next accomplishment. And while goals are important, so is enjoying the journey. Take that trip, eat that dessert. Spend time with your family, call your friends, laugh until your stomach hurts. Because one day when we're looking back on life, we won't remember every meeting that we attended. We'll remember the moments, those memories, the people, the laughter. Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to live. Lesson number 4. This one made me laugh the hardest. Especially, you'll understand if you're from the South. Mind your own biscuits and life will be gravy. That might be the most Southern piece of wisdom ever written, but it's also incredibly true. We spend so much time comparing ourselves to other people, whether it's comparing careers, comparing families, comparing houses, comparing successes, comparing our behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. And it's exhausting. As educators, parents, leaders, coaches, students, professionals, we spend so much time helping other people solve their problems that sometimes we become experts in everyone else's business. But the truth is, your journey is your journey. Your race is your race. Your purpose is your purpose. When you focus on becoming a better version of yourself instead of comparing yourself to everyone else, life, it gets a whole lot simpler. Mind your own biscuits, and life gets a little more gravy. Number 5. When I read this one caught me off guard. Forgive quick and hold grudges about as long as a fart in the wind. You have to appreciate the honesty though. But beneath that humor is a powerful lesson. Life is too short to spend it carrying anger. It's too short to carry resentment. It's too short to carry bitterness. Forgiveness doesn't mean what happened was okay. It means that you're refusing to let it continue controlling your life. The person who hurt you may have moved on years ago. Meanwhile, you're still carrying this weight. At some point, you've got to decide that your peace is worth more than your pride. So let it go. Move forward and keep growing. Lesson number 6. Spend time with folks who make your heart smile. The older I get, the more I realize how important this is. There's 3 things that I'm going to say are contagious: energy, attitudes, and mindsets. They're all contagious. Spend enough time around negative people, and negativity starts to feel normal. However, let's flip that. Spend time around encouraging people, and you'll find yourself growing. Find people who challenge you, people who support you, people who celebrate your successes, people who encourage you during difficult seasons. Life is better when you have good people walking alongside you. And last but not least, the final lesson says this: happy folks don't have the best of everything. They just make the best of everything that they got. This one hits because happiness, it isn't found in having more. It's not found in a bigger paycheck or a nicer house, that new vehicle or a bigger title. Those things can be nice, but they don't guarantee happiness. The happiest people that I've met have learned to appreciate what they have while continuing to work toward what they want. They understand that joy, it isn't something that you find someday. It's something that you choose today, right where you are with what you have. So for my final thoughts, when I first looked at this little piece of paper, I thought it was just a funny piece of Southern humor. But after spending some time with it, I realized it's really a roadmap for living a happier life. So don't sweat the small stuff. Count your blessings. Enjoy life. Mind your own biscuits. Forgive quickly. Spend time with good people. And make the best of what you've got. Simple doesn't mean easy, but sometimes the simplest lessons are the ones that we need the most. And maybe that's why this message has stuck with me. Because in a world that's constantly telling us to do more, to buy more, to achieve more, to become more, this little old lady on this piece of paper is reminding us to slow down and appreciate what we already have. So in closing, thank you for joining me for another episode of Motivation with the Beard. If this episode made you smile, encouraged you, or reminded you of someone who needs to hear it, please share it wherever you're listening today. Send it to a friend, family member, coworker, fellow educator, another student, or anyone else who could use a little motivation. The more you share, the more we're able to spread positivity, encouragement, and a little common sense wisdom to people who may need it. And for those of you who are still wondering, yes, the beard is coming back. This is not the end of an era. It's just a temporary setback. So hopefully by the next few episodes, Motivation with the Beard will once again be completely accurate title. Until then, you'll just have to trust that the beard is there in spirit. As always, please remember this. Make today better than yesterday so that you will succeed tomorrow. I'm Jay, and I'll see you on the next episode.